Part A. Extract 1. Questions 1 to 12. You hear a plastic surgeon talking to a patient called Mihiraa. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes.
Hi Mihiraa, come on in. Have a seat. So, what brings you here today?
Hi, doctor. Well, it's kind of embarrassing, but I've been really struggling with my weight for a few years now. I've been feeling overweight, and it seems like no matter what I do, the numbers on the scale keep going up. It's definitely affecting my health and self-esteem.
Thanks for being so honest with me, Mihiraa. It sounds like you've been putting in a lot of effort to manage your weight. Can you tell me a little more about what you've tried so far?
I feel like I've tried everything, all of those regular stuff, fancy diets, even joined a gym with a personal trainer, but nothing seems to stick. I just keep gaining weight.
I understand, Mihiraa. It can be incredibly frustrating. But before we consider a surgical option like bariatric surgery, there are some things we need to weigh first. Let's talk about your overall health and see if there are non-surgical approaches that might be a good fit for you. Mihiraa, any pre-existing medical conditions you'd like to mention?
Not really. I mean, I get a cold maybe once a year, but other than that, I'm generally healthy.
Okay, good to know. What about your lifestyle? What kind of work do you do?
I work in tech as a software developer. So, yeah, it's a lot of sitting at a desk, staring at a screen all day.
Makes sense. Has weight been an issue in your family? Anyone you're close to who struggles with it?
Yeah, actually. My dad, bless his heart, has type 2 diabetes, and my mom, well, she's always been a bit on the curvy side.
Okay, that's helpful information. Are you currently taking any medications, or maybe seeing a nutritionist or anything for weight management?
No, nothing like that right now. Like I said, I've tried all these fad diets. Cabbage soup one was awful, and different exercise programs, but nothing seems to give me lasting results. I lose a few pounds, then it all comes back, sometimes with a friend.
I hear you. Tell me more about this weight gain. When did you first notice it becoming a problem?
Honestly, it probably started after college. I moved to a new city and a new job, and everything felt so hectic. I was living on takeout, barely sleeping, and definitely not exercising.
What else have you gained besides weight?
Well, a lot. Now, it's gotten to a point where I just feel sluggish all the time. My knees are killing me, and even climbing the stairs to my apartment winded me the other day.
Those are all valid concerns, Mihiraa. While surgery can be an option down the line, it's definitely a major decision. We need to explore all possibilities first. But listen, we have to consider talking to a registered dietitian, who can create a personalized plan based on your lifestyle and preferences, not some crazy crash you have tried before.
You know, I hadn't even thought of that. Surgery seemed like the only way out, but I guess there are other options.
Absolutely. Let's work together to find a solution that doesn't involve surgery. We can get you set up with a dietitian, figure out a realistic exercise routine you can stick with, and maybe even address some of the stress factors that might be contributing to your weight gain.
Extract 2. Questions 13 to 24. You hear a gastroenterologist talking to a patient called Mihiraa. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes.
Good morning, Mihiraa.
Good morning, Dr. Tori. Well, for the past few days, I've noticed a strange yellowing in my skin and the whites of my eyes. It's mostly noticeable around my palms and forehead. Have you any idea what it could be?
Yes, Mihiraa. Mostly this happens when a substance called bilirubin builds up in your bloodstream. Normally, your liver filters it out of your blood and excretes it in your stool. But if it is too much or your liver isn't working properly, it can cause this effect.
Oh, that sounds concerning.
Absolutely. We can do a simple blood test to measure its levels. But before we jump to conclusions, let's get some more information. Can you tell me if you've recently had any travel, changes in your appetite or bowel habits, or any unusual fatigue?
Actually, now that you mention it, I did travel to Southeast Asia a few weeks ago. And come to think of it, I have been feeling a bit more tired lately.
Interesting. Are you currently taking any medications, over-the-counter supplements, or any herbal remedies?
No, not really. I take an occasional aspirin for headaches, but that's about it.
Great. Do you drink any alcohol regularly, or use any recreational drugs?
No, I don't drink much alcohol at all, and definitely no drugs.
Okay. And how would you describe your typical diet?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a health nut, but I try to cook most meals at home. I do enjoy a burger or fries occasionally, but not all the time.
All right, that's helpful. The blood test will be a good first step. In the meantime, staying hydrated is important. You can also try over-the-counter medication or sodioxycholic acid to help with the itching that occurs sometimes.
That's a mouthful. But if it helps with the itching, I'm willing to try it. Itching sounds awful. Is there a test to confirm the condition?
Absolutely. We can do a simple blood test to measure your bilirubin levels. Once we have the results, we can discuss the next steps in treatment. Treatment will depend on what's causing the condition.
Okay, that makes sense. What are some possible treatment options?
Well, that depends. If the condition is caused by a viral infection like hepatitis, medication might not be necessary. Your body will usually fight off the virus on its own, and the condition will clear up along with it. However, if the cause is a blocked bile duct due to gallstones, we might need to remove the gallstones. This can be done with medication, laparoscopic surgery, or even a traditional open surgery, depending on the severity.
Surgery? That sounds serious. Is there anything I can do to prevent that from happening again?
Absolutely, Mihiraa. Making some lifestyle changes can help reduce your risk of gallstones. Maintaining a healthy weight, eating a balanced diet low in processed foods and saturated fats, and increasing your fiber intake can all be beneficial.
A balanced diet and more fiber sounds manageable. How long does recovery from this typically take?
As I said earlier, the recuperation period depends on the underlying cause. The blood test will give us a clearer picture of the timeline.
All right. That gives me a better idea. Thank you for explaining everything so thoroughly, Dr. Tori.
You're welcome, Mihiraa. Let's get you scheduled for that blood test today. We can discuss specific dietary recommendations after we get the test results.
That is the end of Part A. Now look at Part B.